When we started doing them, we started apart from each other. You know, and John had written one, and I'd written one, I think. And then we just happened to start writing them together, you know. And then I think the reason, for instance, that George didn't write any was that he believed it too, that it was just that we could write the songs and that the other two couldn't. Ringo still thinks it, I think. I mean, George has written much better ones now than he did, you know. He's written some good songs, George. But he always used to think he couldn't write songs. But I think anyone can write songs, probably.
John, when you started out and became the Beatles as a group, you were then writing songs with Paul. Did you at that time have as your goal, your ambition to be a successful group, or did you really think it was songwriting that mattered?
It was the group thing mainly at first.
On this, probably, I don't know.
Tell me about that song.
You know, some songs you just write and there's no particular sort of motivation. But sometimes one of the great things motivates a song is anguish. You've just been through something like either very annoying or disappointing or worrying or whatever. And this particular thing, which was just a family thing, and I was in a bit of a sort of tizzy, you know, because I'm a dad, granddad, husband, all these things. And on this occasion, I was a bit kind of frazzled, but I sat down at the piano and kind of worked it all out. This song is called I Don't Know, because I don't, you know.
You still don't have it figured out?
True. Who has? I don't even think the Dalai Lama or the Pope have got it figured out.
Know, but...
In a way, it was a good thing because I was sincere about crows up my window and dogs at my door, and everything was getting a bit much. So I was able to sort of tell it to the piano.
First song I ever wrote was in Bournemouth it must have been around 1963. It was after our first success and we were doing weekly shows in holiday resorts. So we were in Bournemouth and I was feeling sick, in bed sick, and the doctor was giving me some tonic. And I just thought, I'll see if I can write a song. So I wrote one, and it was an awful song, and it was called Don't Bother Me, which I suppose is how I felt at the time.
Did you find it very hard at first to get ideas and think of songs?
The main difficulty was really because of Paul and John having written so many good songs. It was difficult for me to write some sort of crummy song and expect the Beatles to record it, already having such fine material. That was the most difficult thing. And also to do a song with the Beatles, it was always a matter of trying to do the song that you thought they'd understand quickest, or the song you could get onto the tape the quickest. So not necessarily the song you thought was the best.
What is Apple, John?
It's a company we're setting up which involves records, films, electronics which make records and films work, and what's it called, manufacturing?
Yeah, it does a few things.
You know, the byproducts that end up with Larry Page T-shirts and that.
It's just trying to mix business with enjoyment.
Pleasure.
We're in business, you know. We find ourselves in business.
Are you the directors of this?
Yeah, but like all the profits won't go into our pockets. It'll go to help people, but not like a charity.
What do you...
Well, see, somebody wants to make a film, and they go to a company and they get shown into the waste paper bin. And nothing ever happens, so they go around, they make an underground one, and it goes round and round underground, and a lot of people never see it.
Right.
So if they come to us, they won't stand a chance. But we hope to make a thing that's free, where people can just come and do and record and not have to ask, could we have another microphone in the studio because we haven't had a hit yet.
Our manager died, that we were involved with a hell of a lot of things that we didn't particularly want to be involved in, or that maybe we did want to be involved in, but we didn't want everybody else to be involved in. So really Apple, all Apple was, it was Beatles Limited, which we changed into Apple, and we tried to pull all our own affairs together into one company. And we thought of the idea of being able to do records without having to go to somebody and say, please, can we do a record? Which we still had to do even up to, say, 2 years ago. The sort of 5 years of our success was really trying to be ourselves and trying to get control of ourselves. Now finally we've got almost 100% control of ourselves, which again is a bit dodgy, because then it's the responsibility of whether we can be in control of ourselves. There was a mistake made when Paul and John announced what we want to do is help everybody. What we want to do is help everybody, all those people who have to go down on their knees to big businesses. We want to help them so that they don't have to go down on their knees. In actual fact, that was a mistake, because yes, we would like to do that, but the trouble is that to find people, really talented people, you have to go and find them. You come across them occasionally. The people who come and knock on your door from dawn till dusk begging for money and to get a break are usually the people who have no talent at all. So we snookered ourselves a little bit, because we have all these people coming expecting us to just give them £50,000, £100,000 to make a film or to do a record or do this or do that. But the thing is, we can do that, but only in moderation, because if we don't watch it, or we'd run out of money, then we wouldn't be able to help anybody.